I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our
Today
channel.
we're watching Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 22. We're going into the 6th stratum, I believe.
Yes, through a magic circle.
That was under our feet.
Yes.
Exciting.
It is exciting, but also like daunting and scary. And this was the furthest that the labyrinth like journal that we had went.
Yeah.
So we know nothing past this point.
Which is scary, for
It's a
sure.
little scary.
But we have our party with us.
Yes, and we should trust in them. Have faith.
Ready?
Yes.
Sweet.
Nice hum of that magical circle.
Got to.
それぞれの装備の確認をしよう。
ルディ、私のスクロール何個か持っておきますか。
じゃあ治癒魔術をいくつか。
はい。
ありがとうございます。
ルディがそのスクロールを使うことのないよう全力で援護します。
Make sure you won't need those.
お願いします。
ルディ、
何でしょうか。
この状況でこんなことを言うのも。
じゃあ言わないでください。
Oh no, I'm worried.
決戦前に大事なことを言わせるもんじゃない。というのは帰ってからでいいのだ。
Don't name a baby before you go on a journey kind of energy, maybe. Maybe it's like, don't jinx it.
If we think anything bad will happen, something bad might happen. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Right?
You could think of it as, those are the last words he regrets never saying.
No. Don't will that into existence.
Wait, okay. Since we're in the opening. So far, I am still like, why would we have regretted doing this? We saved Roxy's life. Roxy probably would have died if we didn't come to beg her it.
Stop. Stop. It means nothing. Stop it. I can hear your thoughts.
You can hear me?
Yes.
That's crazy.
This looks like a boss battle.
It does. I feel like I'm playing Fire Emblem right now. Behind it.
なぜあんなところに。
Oh
Wow.
no. That doesn't seem good. Woo! Oh my god. Oh.
The animation was cool there.
Oh shit! I love the teamwork. Oh! Is it just immune to magic?
音が響くと魔術が無効化される。一旦逃げるか。俺は何をすべきだ。
ルディ、あれを。
Regeneration.
撤退しましょう。
Oh
Not
no.
going to. We're gonna knock him out or something?
Can we leave? Please. We have to prepare.
不可の者に再び立ち上がる力を与え。父さん。
ゼニスだ。間違いない。
ちょっと落ち着いてください。
Why is she in there? Being guarded by a fucking Hydra.
落ち着いている。
母さんはあれで生きているんでしょうか。
ああ？生きてるかどうかなんて関係ねえだろが。
そうですね。
やめろ喧嘩は。お前の母さんがなんでそんなに落ち着いていられる。
取り乱して何かが解決するんですか。
そうは言ってねえ。
確かに冷静すぎるかもしれない。母親というより一緒に暮らしていた他人。10年近く会ってない。
現状の整理をしましょう。
あ？
あのガーディアンには魔術が効かなかった。エリナリーゼさんの防御を突破できるほどの攻撃力。生きているかどうかもわからない。
んなことは俺だって分かってんだよ。母親を見つけた時の態度が。親子喧嘩は宿に戻った時にやれ。くそ。
喧
喧嘩はそこまで。話し合いをしますわよ。
パウロとこんな風になるのは初めてじゃない。ちょっと歯車が狂っただけだ。
ゼニスさんの結晶化ですが、なんとかできると思います。
Good.
今のゼニスと似たようなことになった人物を
Okay, well that is super
ちゃんと
helpful.
今も生きていますわ。私も初めて見る種類ですわ。
あれはおそらくマナタイトヒュドラです。
Manatite Hydra.
本で読んだことがあります。吸収する鱗で覆われた悪魔
Absorb
の
mana.
てっきりおとぎ話だと思っていましたが、
魔力を吸収。俺たちは奴にダメージを与えられないということですか。
本当ならゼロキュリ
Point blank range.
So the mages who are normally far away.
You have to have a blast that will literally eviscerate it, like in one shot.
火で炙れば再生しないと聞いたことがあります。
あの英雄ヘラクレスの話だ。切り口を松明で
Does that work within this
再
world
生を
though?
阻止することができたらしい。信憑性は薄いが。
なるほど。よし、じゃあそれで行ってみるか。それでいいな。ああ、気のねえ返事だな。あいつの首を切れるのはお前しかいねえんだぞ。
俺が即座に焼く。俺も危険な立ち位置になる。
エリナリーゼ、タルハンド、ギース、それにロキシー、今まで世話をかけた。考えられないぐらいすげえ尽力をしてもらったと思う。それもこれで終わりだ。ゼニスを助けるか、仮に助けられなくてもこれで最後なんだ。力を貸してくれ。
あなたらしくありませんわ。
ここまで来て力を貸さんアホはおらん。
勝ちましょう。この戦いに勝てば私たちの旅が報われるというものです。
ルディ、お前は本当に頼りになる息子だ。
ヒュドラを倒した後にしましょう。
お世辞じゃねえ。本当にそう思ってる。俺はお前みたいに冷静にもなれねえ。がむしゃらに突っ込むことしか考えてなかったバカだ。息子のお手本にはなれそうもねえ。
No.
言わせてもらう。親の言うべきことじゃねえとは思ってるけどな。
はい。
死んでも母さんを助けろ。
はい。
よし。
The last thing a parent should say.
確かに言わない。しかしそれはパウロの覚悟であり。
Paul's response to Rudy's
それに
response.
応えるだけだ。その目的のためにパウロと意志を共にするのだ。
Ugh.
God, I hope knowledge we have of Greek mythology is right. Woo!
込むしかないか。
予定通りですね。
ルディ、俺の背中から離れるんじゃねえぞ。
Nice.
Please actually work.
Oh shit!
よし、有効です。
よっしゃ。
Oh, thank God. The pause there had me worried.
任せなさい。
ロクシー、ヒーリング。
はい。
What a shot!
Oh,
押し込んだ。
待て、何かおかしい。
Oh no, it's cutting it off at the burnt stump so it can regrow! No, no, no!
何時の求めるところにオドアラン。
Holy shit!
アイススマッシュ。
you have to get all of the heads.
警戒しろ。
ブレスが来ます。
Fire breathing?
Oh my god, I love the fucking lighting, the shadows.
いける。残り1本だ。バカ野郎。
Oh shit!
小さなくすぶりが巨大なフレイムスロー
We haven't seen Paul
I
since he
know, that's
pushed
what I'm
Rudy out of
worried
the
about. That
way.
is what I'm worried about.
Oh no!
奇跡の天使を天にいただきしたいよ。キラー
I don't know if it's gonna regrow.
純白の翼を広げよ。赤は駆逐され。シャインヒーリング。
No.
Oh no.
この魔術では。でも落ち着け。ヒュドラ相手に左手
Only
パ
lost.
ウロが助けてくれなければ
Oh
hadn't saved
見ていた
no.
可能性も高いだろう。
助かりました父さん。父さん。
Oh, Lilia.
お疲れ様でした。あとは私に任せて。もしかしたらこのまま。奥様、おはようございます。奥様。母さん。奥様、ルーデウス様ですよ。あれから10年近く経ったのです。もしかして奥様。
Okay, that was Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 22.
Just because we thought that this would happen doesn't make it easier to watch
No.
or not be sad over.
It I love best part about this series for me is the writing. What you do, it's hard to talk, I'm sorry. This isn't a normal show. This isn't something that you see you feel like something bad's gonna happen as you feel like the character of Paul might die like episodes ago. And then you watch the intro of this episode and you're just like, oh fuck, it's gonna happen. You remind yourself, or I remind myself, this isn't a normal show. You don't just do that. You don't this isn't a show that you have a character like Paul die and they're able to save Zenith and it's a one for one save.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy that Paul, before he died, didn't see Zenith wake up. But I'm really fuck. I'm so scared for Rudy.
That's fair.
How do you try to come to terms with even like, let's put everything Man God said on the shelf. Fuck that.
I don't even consider it.
Yeah. I know Rudy will at some point, but how do you say that this was worth it?
I wrote that down. I wrote
The
worth it ? The price.
The only thing that you can hold on to after having to bury your father is that at least his wish, his desire, the smile on his face with blood pouring down his eye was given. It was achieved. But how do you go on? My interpretation of with Zenith waking up is she's in a state of mentality and being that she isn't present. And if you're Rudy, upon realizing that, you spend how fucking long to try to help?
Mm-hmm.
Can you? Like, sorry, there's a lot of real life parallels, that you can make outside of an anime. This is going to be a really hard episode to talk about. I think Rudy's going to hate himself for a long time.
Yeah. I know you said to shelf what Man God said, and that has hindered I keep trying to like
No,
think
you
of
can-
things to
you-
say that aren't
No,
shelving.
it was
man
just
God.
for that like train of thought, not like shelf going forward.
Man God has always been very in tune with his own idea of like selfish, like internal selfish, self-serving things for Rudy. And I think that his line of thinking of Rudy regretting something here would be very focused on whatever the aftermath for Rudy would be in terms of his own mental state, how he feels about himself. Not necessarily for the greater good of the world, but for how Rudy would feel and how he might feel inside of himself, especially with someone that we've seen dealing with different mental health issues. What his takeaway, what he will be after this. What will this make him into? He is a soon-to-be father, and obviously we have him losing his father in this episode. And yes, he's gaining back his mother, but this idea of the possible building of resentment, like if she had been dead in the crystal, which is obviously an idea that's brought up, like what if she's dead in there? If she had been dead and Paul had died, the chance of resentment very high, because without Rudy, they would not have gotten to where they have gotten within this labyrinth. They would not have gotten to the sixth stratum. They would not have found Zenith. Yes, Roxy probably wouldn't have been saved either, but Rudy being here is the anomaly, is the catalyst, that's a burden, that's a responsibility on him. The saying great power like comes with great responsibility, like that's basically Rudy with like his mana control, his amount of mana, the fact that he has knowledge outside of this world is basically why he's able to win this fight against the Hydra. The fact that he's calling upon the story of Hercules and what he knows from Hydras in other mythology from his world is why he's able to come up with a plan here that ends up actually succeeding. Like, without Rudy, and the fact that he is from another world, but also born into this world to be incredibly capable with magic and mana, is why that this is possible. And yes, she's not dead, but if she's in a state where she is not her true self, or like really aware in there and really awake, which we get very little to really go off of what her state is and the longevity of that state. It could be an inability to remember how to speak, which is something that can be relearned and retaught, possibly. It could be that she's reverted back to a more childlike mindset. It could be that she's more of an empty shell and she's not really in there.
If Zenith woke up and was the Zenith that we last saw, does Rudy regret coming here? If Zenith woke up and was the way that she is right now, but was able to relearn how to talk, does Rudy regret coming here?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that because what Rudy acknowledges before going into that final battle is his father's determination and his father's desire, and his father's wish was to go in there and save Zenith or die trying. Like, his father went in there saying to him, save your mom even if it kills you. He let Rudy know that, like, that was something that he was completely okay with happening as long as Zenith survived. Like, Paul went in there being like, if I die today and Zenith is saved, then I am perfectly fucking okay with that. And yes, that it does lead you to believe that if Zenith is able to regain who she is, that there should be no true regret that lingers so long and is almost impossible for Rudy to shake. Maybe initially Rudy would be having like regrets of like, oh, could I have done something differently? Could I have handled the battle differently? But the whole idea of coming to beggar it wouldn't necessarily be on the table as a regret.
It's really hard, and I am one who hates saying something that I think is certain, especially when there's a world of possibilities for what is going forward in any type of story or in real life. I feel uncomfortably certain that life will never be the same as it was before for Zenith. I'm not saying that it can't be happy, but I just don't.
Also, like, Rudy's not the only one at play here to consider. Obviously, Zenith is not just Rudy's mom. There is a little girl waiting for her father and her older brother to return, and a mother that she probably has zero to little memory of because she was like a baby, if not a small toddler, when this happened, when everyone disappeared. She has been raised by her father, and then her father figure position was replaced by her older brother when she was sent to live with her older brother. Her older brother returning, not only is he returning in a possible horrible mental state and having lost an arm, but her father is dead, and a mother that she has no connection with. I mean, I think that's why we brought up in this episode Rudy's position on Zenith. He hasn't seen her in 10 years. He never felt like he had the time to truly, like, think of her more as than just a person that lived with him. And yes, in those first formative years, he was still very much the person he was in his past life, which probably hindered connection. But it's still to be said that, like, he had very little time and memory with her as something that was substantial to him.
Yeah.
He was sent away at a pretty young age to go live somewhere else, and then the calamity of the mass teleportation happened. And to bring it up with Rudy's case means that it has to open within my mind of bringing it up in Norn's case. And I am terrified for Rudy to have to go see Norn again.
Do you think that there's even any, like, reason that this happened to Zenith?
Why her?
Yeah. Why is she... It feels weird that... I feel like I need to go back to the episode that we're hearing Geese talk about the conjecture over where Zenith is. Because
in terms of, like, how she went, a girl that looked like Zenith went in there with a party.
It doesn't feel right, like, at all. Because it didn't feel like... It felt like she teleported there, like, into the crystal. Like, not that she was conscious,
crystallized,
walked in, and then was captured by a Hydra and crystallized.
But I was also just imagining that this very hard structure of a crystal that I believed in my headcanon had always existed in the caverns of this labyrinth, that to get inside you would have had to teleport inside. Not that some magical monster could have created a crystal around your body. But we do get the idea in this episode from Ellen Elise that she knows someone that's been crystallized before.
Episode 20, I heard someone who looked like Zenith was in a party that went missing there a few years back. I don't know. Whatever. But regardless, I'm like... I don't know. I feel like I can't think right now. I am so glad that we're watching a story that has actual fucking consequence, even though it sucks. Do you think... Sorry, getting back to the question that I was trying to ask. Was there a reason this happened to Zenith, or was it just fucking life and luck and the lack thereof?
I'm gonna go with the second. At the moment, nothing has truly been given to me to think that there is any reason why it was Zenith in particular that this happened to, and because of something special about her. The only reason I would think anything would be special involved would be Rudy in this world. And if she gave birth to Rudy in this world, is there some sort of lingering power within her because she gave, or like sent, or when a monster would look at her, an otherworldly being would look at her, is she significant because of the fact that she gave birth to this anomaly of a person within this world? That is the only special at the moment that I could start to theorize or attach to her, other than like not prior in her life before Rudy. Yeah. I don't think. But I'm gonna go with happenstance, the cruelty of the world. Like, we're being given, like you had said earlier in the discussion, this is amazing writing, is totally compelling storyline. We're given a character that's not absolutely redeemable, you know, to follow behind. And there's cruelty. There's a lot of freaking cruelty in this storyline, and I feel like this is just another case of that. The cruelty to this character in terms of like, of course it would be his mom that's in this like crazy circumstance.
Penance is a weird word.
Yeah, that's a good word to bring up, I think.
Animation was fantastic. I'm probably gonna go back and just rewatch the episode or look through like while editing or something, just so I can appreciate it, hopefully. Because I did while it was happening. The shading was great.
Is it gonna be like us fighting over the disc in terms of who gets to edit? Like,
I don't know. I apologize for the lack of discussing I am doing. I feel bad about it.
Is it because Zenith is your favorite character?
No.
In Mushoku Tensei, from like literally first sight of Zenith in season 1, you were like, I love Zenith. That's my favorite anime girl.
I don't think it happens a lot when you're in a mythical world and something so visceral and real can break the barrier like that last scene did, and that's what the issue is with me right now. It's very real. That's all I have at the moment. One
thing that I was super happy about, just to end off on, happy about in an episode of things not to be happy about. Oh, well, okay, I'll go with one thing that was cool and then one thing I was happy about. One thing that was cool was Rudy's like water shield against the Hydra's fire-breathing attack. Gotta compliment that, because that was really freaking cool. And he was really trying. Like, I got scared for a second that he was gonna break and that they were gonna get burned.
Fucking sticking his hand through the Hydra's eye to utilize his stone magic. Oh my fucking God. I'm sure that
before the next episode, when we're in a different mindset, there's tons to talk about this battle in this episode that were fucking crazy.
Like, that almost just fucking escaped my mind. That was, like, my favorite part of the episode. I'm a wreck.
Right. And obviously, I will want to, in a different mindset, in more of a reflection state, want to talk about Rudy and Paul's conversation over Rudy's calmness and how it mirrors kind of Paul's first reaction to seeing Rudy after all that time. And their, like, big fight. This was basically a mirror of that fight. And so I definitely want to talk about that more. And so one of the things I was happy about in terms of it didn't resolve anything. I shouldn't say that. Something towards the end of the episode that just felt like a good choice was everyone's obviously hearing the news that Paul did not come back with them, that Paul is dead. And we have a couple characters, breaking down. And yes, Lilia is crying. But the first thing she does is she goes and hugs Rudy and says, you go rest, I will take care of everything. And it really just, what it did is it just made me think of how in the opening we just see Rudy as a child over and over again growing. And I just think back to season 1, how like Lilia helped raise him. Lilia's a mother figure to him, and almost how you could just shrink in someone's arms as they and be able to be allowed to be small, be able to be allowed to go cry alone in your room, and being given that permission to do so was a choice that I was really happy about. Okay, that's it. For now, obviously.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.